Are you religiously following a perfect morning routine only to feel frustrated and unproductive when it inevitably falls apart? Well, it is time to break free from the myth of the perfect morning. In this video, we're going to be debunking the hype that's surrounding kind of these rigid morning routines that you hear about and exploring why flexibility might actually be a better way or a better method for you to unlock true productivity. Welcome back to another edition of Balanced Bites. I'm your host, Trissetta Washington, CEO and founder of Profitable Productivity. And I'm really excited to share with you on today about morning routines. There's a lot of hype surrounding kind of finding your perfect morning routine. And honestly, what may be perfect for you today may not be perfect for you tomorrow. So, being able to embrace some flexibility, embrace a little ease and flow into your morning routine is really going to be the thing that helps to alleviate some of the pressure that comes along with that when it does backfire. Because when things don't go the way that you expect them to, it can kind of stress us out a little bit. We get thrown off kilter. It's like, oh, I really wanted to do this. And, maybe you wanted to get up early, 30 minutes early so that you can do this new morning routine that you're planning on, but your alarm doesn't go off and you wake up 20 minutes late and it throws your whole schedule off for the day. That can really start to create a bunch of stress and really feed into being unproductive for the day because we can easily shift into this mindset that if our day starts off wrong or bad in our perception, then that's how our day is going to go. And that's really a mindset thing. So um when you create a routine that allows for flexibility, that can really help you to set yourself up for success, not only in getting the things done that you want to get done, but having a more easeful transition from sleep into your day and getting things done. So, I'll share with you my personal morning routine, which I've adopted from the Miracle Morning, which is touted from Hal Elrod's book, The Miracle Morning. And he calls it Life Savers. And Savers is an acronym for silence, affirmation, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing. Now, when I first found out about, or when I first read his book and learned of this morning routine, I kind of dove all in and was doing all six of the elements within that morning routine. And the reason why I really like this one as a foundation, because it can be adjusted to any type of schedule, right? You can spend 10 minutes on each of the six elements of the savers, or you can spend 1 minute, right? Spend 10 minutes, that'll take you an hour. Spend 1 minute, it'll take you 6 minutes to get through all of the things. So, on those mornings when things aren't going your way or you get up a little late, you can adjust the time you spend on each one of the activities to align with how much time you have. That way, you still get through your routine. It's just a little bit more condensed, right? Now, when it comes to my morning routine now, while I'll still use kind of that framework that I learned from Hal Elrod, I don't incorporate the all of the elements into my current morning routine, and that's okay. Find the things that really suit where you are right now in life and put those elements into your daily routine. So I used to have, the E is for exercise, and I did 10 minutes of either some strength training through body weight strength training or yoga, some stretching. I use different methods depending upon my mood for the day. And I would spend 10 minutes doing that. Now I prefer to spend 30 minutes to an hour doing exercise, and I don't do it every single day. So I've moved that part of my routine outside of that first thing in the morning, get up early morning routine. What I do now is I still have my silence, right, which is my prayer and devotion time. Right after that, I do my journaling. I have two different journals that I write in. I have a prayer journal where I begin with writing out my prayer for the day and how I really desire God to move in my life for the day. And then my second journal is more kind of like about what's going on in me internally, some insights and ahas or the direction that I want to go in. It's really stream of conscious writing or journaling that I'm doing there. The next thing that I do is I read for 15 minutes, so that I have that kind of personal development time. And then I take Spanish lessons via Duolingo. And so then I do my Spanish lessons for the day, right? So the key thing here to remember is that you can create a very flexible morning routine for yourself that really is going to help you start your day off right. Now, the amount of time that I spend on each one of those activities that I mentioned varies day by day. Some days I might spend 30, 40 minutes in my time of devotion because something really is standing out to me in God's word, and I will really dive deep into that. Some mornings it might be 5 minutes. It just really depends on what's going on today. And the same goes for all of those all those aspects. Although I do with the reading, I set a timer for 15 minutes so that I don't get swept up because I love to read. So I don't get swept up in that. And then my Spanish lessons, I might do one lesson, which usually takes anywhere from 3 to 7 minutes, depending upon the type of exercise that I have for the day. Some days I might do 3 or 4 lessons. It just really depends on how I'm feeling and where I am time wise for that morning. Because personally, I stopped using an alarm recently and allow my body to dictate when I wake up. Now I recognize that not everybody has that flexibility. Maybe you have to be in the office at a certain time and it's relatively early in the morning, and without that alarm you're not going to get up. I get it, no big deal if that's you, but just me, because I work for myself and I have the flexibility, I am allow myself that space to really adjust my schedule. Now I do have a schedule that I go by each day, where I have time for my deep work and I have meetings and whatnot, and all I do is I just make adjustments. If I end up sleeping in a little longer than typical, then I just make some shifts into how my day works. And I try not to do meetings in the morning, though most of the time my meetings are in the afternoon so that I have that flexibility as well as I have cushion time, or what I like to call buffer time in my schedule for when things kind of run amok, right? Because it's easy for us to get off target with our schedule. And if you have things on your schedule back to back to back to back, it's easy to get frustrated if one, imagine your very first task or meeting of the day going long and throwing off your entire rest of your day. Having that buffer time really will allow you to have that flexibility, right? And when you create a flexible morning routine and a flexible schedule, that makes it easy for you to adapt. It also makes it easy for you to create sustainable productivity because you have allowed space for life to happen and not scheduled every single minute of every single day, right? So I want to encourage you to utilize having a daily schedule, use time blocking. and buffer time as a way to schedule yourself so that you have the flexibility in your schedule when you are when your morning routine might go a little bit awry, right? And I want you to remember that productivity is an ongoing journey. You never really arrive at being your most productive self. You might be your most productive self today, and then tomorrow you don't feel like doing a thing. And that's okay. It's this journey of self-discovery and adjusting, evaluating, adjusting, and really optimizing your life and your work schedule or your work style in a way that allows you to get your most important work done without creating all of the stress. So I hope that this helps you to create your own morning routine. I'd love to hear from you. Drop in the comments. Let me know what your typical morning routine looks like. Do you have a routine? I would definitely love to hear from you. Well, that's all I have for you today. I want to encourage you, like I always do, to take care of yourself and each other. Have an amazing day.